Hello, everyone. This is William from Allegory Gallery, and today I'm in a different setting. I am at Star Cottage Studio. We're here getting ready for tomorrow. Many of you may know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is our takeover day in the Great Beat Extravaganza. Now, I would be streaming this there as well, but this is not our takeover day. Candy's going today. So tomorrow is our takeover day, and I just wanted to chat with you a little bit about what all that means and what's going to be happening. It's an exciting time. We're very excited, not only for takeover day, but of course the Great Beat Extravaganza coming up this weekend. But first, we're going to just chit chat a little bit and let some people filter in. If you are here, please say hello. Let us know where you're coming to us from. We love to see where everyone's coming from. And let me know how you're doing. How's this going? Are we having a good week? I'm just looking at my watch. I'm like, it is Monday, right? I sometimes don't know what day it is from day to day. It's easy to lose track when you're just constantly, doing new things over and over again. We have a lot of plans coming up at Allegory Gallery, and we're going to talk about some of those today. We have some new things in the online store we're going to talk about today. It's a busy day. It's a busy day, and we're excited to be here, and we're excited to have you all here and see how you're doing. Marianne is here with us. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Norma. Both of you coming to us on YouTube. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. If you're not on our YouTube channel already, I'm going to say please, 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 please join our YouTube channel. And there it is right there, youtube.com/Allegory Gallery. And yeah, and one of the reasons we're pushing everyone so much on YouTube is we have big plans. I'm looking to the side a lot. You probably see me. I have notes actually for this chat because I don't want to forget anything. There's so much going on. And you'll probably see me scribbling as I go if I think of something. I'm learning. We've talked about this a little bit, how our brains work, and I'm learning that mine often flits ideas through it while I'm talking about something else. And if I don't write that down like right away, it goes away. It flits through and falls out the other ear or something. So I have my tablet here and my pencil, and I am going to be writing down anything we have that comes through my brain that I might forget to tell you. Let's see. Marianne has a phone interview. Let's send her some good energy. Thank you so much for letting us know. Hopefully all goes well for you out there. Yeah, so who's out there? I'm going to let some people join us. I know, was it Friday we missed the live? I think we missed the live on Friday. I'm losing my mind. We've been so busy. We've had a lot of virtual meetings. And I think it was Friday we missed because of one of those meetings. It's just been crazy. It's been crazy. And then many of you may have seen on our personal posts, our little kitty Babette has been having some issues lately. So we've been trying to stay close to home as much as we can and make sure she's okay. Her brother Paolo passed away about 1.5 years ago, and of severe and extreme and quick kidney failure. So we were very concerned about her. She started showing some signs, but she seems to be doing better. Still going to ask for all that good energy to keep her up and keep her going, keep her progressing. She is doing okay. She's eating still. She is drinking, going to the bathroom fine. So we were just concerned. So we've been, in between everything, trying to give her a lot of love, and we're trying to do as much as we can from the house, and taking meetings and things from there. So thank you all. You don't realize sometimes, we try to keep it in our mind at all times, but until something like that happens and you see the outpouring of love and the outpouring of, support, and we really do appreciate that. And we thank you all for that. Like I said, she does seem to be getting better. There's always that fear that this is the good before the bad, but we're keeping our minds positive, keeping that positive energy going. And just hoping for the best and praying and wishing for the best for her and that she recovers. She is only 12, and I know her brother passed when he was 10 and a half or so. And so we're just trying to, that's pretty young. I had cats when I was growing up that, they lived to 16, 18 years old, and they were outdoor cats, and they came in to eat, and that was about it, and, so having cats that are mostly indoor that we are trying to take care of really well. And, there are babies. So, um, we're just wishing for all the best for her and keeping our minds there while we're trying to do a lot of exciting things here for the store and to show all of you coming up in the Great Beat Extravaganza Takeover Day, which is ours tomorrow. So let me, my notes went away. There they are. Let's see here. Who else? Lorraine is with us. Thank you so much, Lorraine. Thank you, June, for joining us today. Teresa is joining in. Susan is joining in. All of my kitties are sending kitty kisses to Babette. Thank you so much, Susan. Yeah, so it's been busy. So let's see. We've had some people joining. Please hit that share button, everyone. Hit the share button. If you are on YouTube, please share the YouTube link. Whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere, please let people know that we exist. We do plan that one of our things that we're going to talk about a little bit are some of the things that we are planning to do on YouTube. We're planning some new YouTube content coming up hopefully soon. We have a few projects to complete, but we're going to try and sneak some stuff in there, we hope. This is going to be more pre-recorded kind of demos and things that we think that some of you may need, some of you may already know, but we're really trying to, get back to some basics and really give people good, thorough information, right? Things that you might be harder to find, or things that, some people think aren't important, and we do. So that's something we're going to work on. But let's talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Great Beat Extravaganza Takeover Day for Allegory Gallery. Now, if you are in the Great Beat Extravaganza group, you already know kind of what's going on, right? Each business in the Great Beat Extravaganza gets a chance to have one day. We get one day where the timeline of the group is only about that business. No other businesses post unless they are posting supportive content for the business who has it that day. So the TGBE Takeover Day, normally we're the first. Normally we kick off the takeover days, but to make it fair for everybody, we flipped the schedule around. So now we're the last. So tomorrow we're going to have our TGBE Takeover Day. If you don't know what the Great Beat Extravaganza is, go to Facebook, facebook.com/groups/The Great Beat Extravaganza, or just search for The Great Beat Extravaganza on Facebook. There is a page and there is a group. You'll want to join and like the page, and you'll want to join the group. Most of everything happens on both of those platforms. Most of the presentations and things will happen on the page and be shared into the group. A lot of the, the supportive content, the things that we post throughout the week, anytime throughout the year when events not happening, goes into the group. So if you want to hear about sales from the businesses in the Great Beat Extravaganza, if you want to hear about discounts and giveaways and things like that, be sure to be in the group. But you also want to like that page, because a lot of the content is going to start from that page for the weekend. This is the Great Beat Extravaganza Spring Fling coming up. So it's the springtime event, and we're going to be leading into it with our takeover day, showing you new things. We're going to see how it all goes, but we are working on a very full schedule for the takeover day. It's not going to quite be a 24-hour schedule, but it is going to be, I think, a good bit. We're going to try to come to you live at various points in time. We're going to have discounts going on at certain points. We're going to have giveaways going on at certain points tomorrow. We're going to have, videos. We're going to come to you live and do some videos. We're going to give you tours tomorrow. We're going to tour Allegory Gallery in the morning. We're going to tour Star Cottage Studio in the evening. So we're going to have 2 different tours set up that day, so that if you don't know who Allegory Gallery is, maybe this is new to you, maybe we're new to you, we're going to give you a taste of what our life is like here at Star Cottage Studio, where I am now, and also at Allegory Gallery. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. We're going to have, I believe, we're working on it. We're going to see if it comes. We may have new kits to debut tomorrow. If not, we'll be debuting them during the Great Beat Extravaganza. We got to see how we can pull it all together. Like I said, we're still trying to make sure that we spend some time with Babette to make sure she's okay and give her loving energy and healing energy. And we have a lot of reorganizing to do here at Star Cottage Studio tomorrow so that we can have the tour ready for you all. So we will be doing our best to get you new kits tomorrow, possibly with some of those discounts. So keep an eye out. I work my other job tomorrow. So I am going to be working on probably doing a lot of pre-scheduling tonight. So I'll be pre-scheduling some posts if I can. I'm hoping it works out. Andrew will be taking the bulk of most of everything tomorrow, but I will be doing a store tour tomorrow morning and maybe some other things tomorrow morning before I go to my other job. So these things it always seems like these big days happen on a Tuesday, which is the day I'm not around. But we're going to work on that. Now, we are also planning to present to you a schedule during our takeover day, hopefully late tonight. At some point, we will be presenting a schedule on the Great Beat Extravaganza Facebook group to let you know when we'll be doing giveaways, what kind of things we'll be doing, to kind of give you a heads up. Because a lot of these giveaways that we're planning and things that we might be doing may only last for like an hour. You got to get in there and you got to get them and you got to comment and you got to make things happen if you want to win those giveaways. So we're going to be presenting a schedule. That's the plan anyway. I'm hoping it works out. And we'll get that schedule out. You'll know when the giveaways are happening, so that if you are working like me, or you are doing other things tomorrow, you can maybe jump in there if you want to win any of those things that we have coming up. So I don't know what all we're going to do, what kind of giveaways and what things we'll be doing, but we're going to make it fun. We're going to have some fun tomorrow. And this could all start as early as midnight tonight because that's a new day. That's tomorrow, right? So we'll see. We'll see when we get started and how much we get together today. We would like to do as many hours with you as we possibly can, at least something. It's not going to be quite 24 hours. We need some rest, I think, in between there. But we do hope to, come to you at least a number of hours on the hour or close to on the hour, whether they're videos or whether we make a post about something. We'll see. We'll see you then. So that is, I'm trying to look at my notes over here to make sure I got everything. That's the takeover day tomorrow. That's at least part of what we'll be doing for the takeover day tomorrow. Rosie says, sounds like a great time. I hope so. We're excited about it. Hello, Susan. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Suzanne. Thank you for being here with us as well. So what's going on? What's going on with all of you? Let me know a little bit. I'd like to hear what's happening. What's going on in your world? How are you doing? What have you been up to? How was your weekend? Like I said, we spent a lot of time with Babette over the weekend and just kind of loving on her and giving her positive energy. We also, we made a trip. We may have picked up some beads and things, maybe. We have another trip this week to pick out some beads and things, maybe. So we have here at Allegory Gallery a lot of plans coming up. We really, really, really do. I don't know, we're just two people sometimes, and we have some of our helpers that we send stuff to when they work on things for us, and we're hoping that some of that works out and we can do some of that with some of these things that we're planning. But first, of course, future plans, immediate future for Allegory Gallery is the Great Beat Extravaganza this weekend. So like I said, the Spring Fling event is happening this weekend. If you need more information, you can go to thegreatbeatextravaganza.com. And if you need help to find those links into the Facebook group and the Instagram and the YouTube channel for the Great Beat Extravaganza, you can do that. They're linked right there on the website. And I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. So definitely check that all out. It's going to be a fun time this weekend, and I think there's going to be a lot of great things for everybody. Most of the businesses often give discounts during the Great Beat Extravaganza. There are giveaways that will happen. There's the big giveaways, and then usually a lot of the other businesses do private giveaways and smaller giveaways too. So definitely make sure you join. Who here, let us know in the comments, who here is planning to watch the Great Beat Extravaganza this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be a wild time, fun time. So let me know in the comments if you're going to be watching the Great Beat Extravaganza this weekend. And if you have any idea of what you are looking forward to the most, let us know as well. Suzanne says, traffic was terrible due to the Final Four torn. Oh, you've had bad traffic this weekend. Rosie's making sun catchers with lots of fun beads. Nice. Marianne's planning on watching. Nice. Hello, Brooke, coming to us from Detroit. Suzanne's going to be watching the Great Beat Extravaganza this weekend. Let's see. Teresa's daughter in the next town over was visited by the largest bear she has seen. The air horn did not scare it. No ear tags either. Yeah, bears can be interesting, right? Sometimes they're scared of things, and sometimes they are too hungry, especially in the spring when they come out of hibernation. We used to live out on 90 acres, and there were bears, and they would come and eat the bird feeder, like all the bird seed in the bird feeders, and they'd destroy things trying to get to them. And we'd shine lights on them and blow air horns. And when they're hungry coming out of hibernation, not a lot scares them. Not a lot frightens them away. So I get it. I get it. I hear ya. Lorraine will absolutely be watching the Great Beat Extravaganza. Nice. June will be watching as well. Sue is going to be watching. Sherry says, of course. Can't wait, right? Diane plans on watching. Rosie, woohoo, yes, nice. Brooke says, I'll be watching on and off while I work. Just depends on my job. I know some of us work on weekends, right? We're working every day. I get it. We do try to watch every one of our friends on the Great Beat Extravaganza though too, whether we have an ongoing display in the store. Sometimes we bring a TV down to the store and we watch. And just kind of have it playing all day. Sometimes we just have a smaller display watching, or we gather around the table and watch. So we definitely try to watch too. But do remember that all of these presentations will be available to rewatch. If you do miss them during their actual presentation time, you can rewatch them later. Let's see. Suzanne's looking forward to Andrew and Abby and Cynthia. Nice. Susan, I will try to watch part of it. Nice. Sue says, I will be there. And let's see. What else is everyone saying? Holy cow, rather bear, right? Yeah, Susan. Susan also says, I'm going to be checking my phone during the night. You guys are night owls. Yes, tonight. You know, we plan to post our schedule later, probably tonight. I'd say later this evening, but probably more this night. And yeah, you never know. We might pop on at 3 in the morning and do something. So we're going to try and get that schedule out there before we start any major things happening, but you never know. After midnight starts our day technically, right? So we plan on hopefully getting out there with you all. So what else is happening? What else is happening here? My notes went away. There we go. Ah, yes. We've been talking a little bit about the pewter line that we are planning to kind of take over. We are purchasing a line of pewter goods. This line is something that has been out in the world a little bit, but it's kind of been taken off the market for a while. And we are purchasing it from some friends of ours in the business. And we plan to hopefully work on manufacturing and working with manufacturers and platers to continue producing this line. We're looking at wholesaling the line. This is something that we've been looking forward to doing for a long time. Many of you may know, I think I've talked about it here a little bit, but Allegory Gallery was really a second thought compared to what we thought we were going to do. We thought we were going to be a component manufacturer. Andrew was going to create beads and manufacture them, much like his sister and family does for Green Girl Studios. And when we first started talking about that, we were a little concerned. We didn't want to, create any tensions with our family or do anything, that because a lot of people do see similarities in their artwork. So we were concerned about that a little bit. So we put that off to the side when we were offered the opportunity to have a small store, and we did start out very small. If you've not seen, you can check we did a YouTube video during our 10th anniversary celebration for the store. And if you check our YouTube channel, you can see that video, and I just did some collection of photos and some things that we've done throughout the years. And you can see where we came from to where we are kind of at that point, and now we're even going further. We're hoping to. So we are working on a pewter line, and we're going to be purchasing this line hopefully. So that's going to kind of bring us full circle back to where we thought we were going to be, right, and what we were going to do. And because this is a line that's already been developed, and we will be purchasing the rights to manufacture and to own the line, there is there's less of a chance that it's going to be confused for anything from Green Girl Studios or anything like that. This is already an established line. And now we will plan to add to the line as time goes on. So we will be able to make different designs and add those designs to our line as time goes on. And once we get the manufacturing and plating businesses kind of sorted out and who we're going to be working with those, we'll be able to easily add new things and create, more. And it's not going to be a line that's going to be stagnant. We'll be able to create and add special things to it. Every once in a while, we'll throw out a new bead and manufacture that. So we think this is going to be really, honestly, the next chapter for Allegory Gallery. We're going to, this is going to take us kind of from a business to consumer business to a business to consumer and a business to business business. So we'll be able to hopefully wholesale these to other stores and other businesses so that they can resell and use them for their designs. So this is a very exciting thing for us. We are very excited about it. And there are a lot of details to work out, and we're still negotiating things and working on it, but it looks like it's going forward. Normally we don't like to say anything before it's actually, done, but we're very excited about this, and we think that we're well on our way to making this happen. And at this point, we don't see anything. We don't see anything that's going to stop this from happening. Sue says, so are you going to sell your pewter parts to us? We will be doing retail and wholesale. They will be retail to the general public, and we will be doing probably the retail will happen first and foremost. That is what kind of company we already are right now. We already have the infrastructure to do retail business. We will, once we get talking with, because there are already parts of this line that have been manufactured. So we'll be getting that inventory as well. So we will have that inventory to sell retail. The wholesaling of these items will come down the line. Once we make connections and contracts with manufacturing places and platers for various finishes on these, once we're sure that we can do that, and once we're sure of pricing and quantity, whatever they require for quantities purchased, once we get all that going, then we'll have a better idea of how we can wholesale these and what kind of businesses we'll be looking at wholesaling with. So that's the idea. These will be going as soon as we get them, as soon as we can get them and get them together and get listings made. We will be getting these on the website for retail purchases. I do not know if it will be before the Great Bead Extravaganza this weekend. We're hoping. We're also purchasing the rights to the digital content that's already been made for these beads. It will not be in our style, but we still may use the digital content that's already been made, photos and whatnot, to allow us to quickly get these online. So we're gonna work hard and see if we can have it before the Great Beat Extravaganza. If not, and anyway, sign up for our email list. Just go to allegorygallery.com to our website, scroll to the bottom of any page, and on the lower right-hand corner, you'll see a place to input your email. Sign up for our email list, and we will definitely be making a splash in the email realm when this is all up and running. So if you're excited about that, a lot of these beads, I think, I've only seen a few. And this is also kind of everything hinges on us actually looking at them and making sure the quality is okay. We've seen some photos of some of them, and it looks really good. But we want to make sure, as always, that anything we do is quality. We're not going to be buying a line of pewter just to say we own a line of pewter so that we can sell junk. That's not the way we are, and you all know that. So we do have to do the final looks and really sort through everything and make sure everything looks good. But I don't, at this point, from what we've seen and what we've been led to believe and what we, the people that are selling it, we know well, we do believe this is a worthwhile venture and something that is going to be something that's going to possibly be very good for us and kind of the next chapter of Allegory Gallery. So that's something that I wanted to talk about again, in case you all missed that, or we didn't, we don't always explain things deeply, especially when we're not sure what's happening. So we're starting to get a little bit more of a feel for what we can do and what may be happening with this line. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. New YouTube content is another thing. And I started talking about this a little bit at the beginning of this video, but we hope you'll join our YouTube channel, youtube.com/allegorygallery. Oh, Cindy says that looks like a good place for a live video. Is that a snack bar? Yeah, right. I should have a snack bar here. This is in front of the front windows at Star Cottage Studio. So these windows look out to the front. There's actually the highway goes by right along here. But because it's sunny out, it's kind of all kind of just lit up, which is kind of nice. It's not distracting and you don't see cars driving by. Just me. So YouTube, let me put this up again because I know I took it down. I don't like to leave things up all the time. This is our YouTube channel. And many of you out there are watching on YouTube already. Thank you. We appreciate that. Please hit the subscribe button. Please share. Please hit that little bell that notifies you when we go live or when we have a new video posted, because we are processing it right now. We're throwing out ideas between me and Andrew. We're processing it. We're kind of just, when you just kind of brainstorm. And we've been brainstorming for a number of days about the kind of things we want to do on YouTube and the kind of content we want to provide to you. And we're getting there. We're kind of coming up with some ideas and some, more than ideas. They're actionable ideas. And so we really want our YouTube to take on, I don't know what I want to call it. We want it to be a source of information, not just, we do these lives here, not just a source of information about our products, but we want it to be a useful thing for beginners. We want it to be useful for more people who are more advanced. We kind of want to reformat it a little bit, reformat the playlist and some of the things that we're doing, and just make it informational, I guess. We want to put out as much information out there as we can. We have a lot of knowledge that we want to make sure that we're sharing with all of you in a way that's, kind of easy to see, easily searchable. And we just think that YouTube is going to be a really excellent place to do that. And these are going to be some, like I was saying earlier, they're not going to be lives necessarily. We want to do more pre-recorded content, things that don't rely on audience participation, things that we're just showing you. Especially, we're going to start out probably with a beginner series and things that we kind of wish we knew, or the things that we actually teach to our beginners in some of our classes too, because we're trying to take it from a point of view of what if you were new to beading entirely? And we want to start there. We're not going to end there, but we want to start there. What if you were new to beading entirely? What if you picked this up as, you saw something on Facebook or, out there, or your friends are making beads? How do I get started? What can I do? And that's kind of where we want to take it from. And then we want to expand upon that. So what I wanted to ask you all today is, if there were something that we were going to do on YouTube, what would you like to see us doing? We have ideas of what we want to do, and I kind of explained those a little bit. But if you were rewriting history, so to say, or writing the future of Allegory Gallery on YouTube, what would you put out there? What would you want to see? What would you want to know? If you had your chance to tell us exactly what we should do, what would you want to see out there? So please put that in the comments, because that will help us. We may take some of those suggestions and run with them. We may alter our plans depending on what you all put down and what you all want to see. But maybe if you mark those mark those down, we can see that, and we'll be able to go through them and see what everyone wants. Because, like I said, we can only guess, and I think sometimes, most of the time, I hope we do a pretty good job of guessing what you all would like to see from us. But we also, we take your input a lot, and we take it very seriously. So if you have questions that you'd like to have answered, or if you have things that you would like to see from us, please put them in the comments here. We want to know. We want to know what you all want to see, because you are the people who watch, right? Yeah, of course, we're always hoping, we still are working toward getting 1,000 subscribers, and we want to blow up from there. That's not where we want to end. That's just the starting point. But we all have to start somewhere, and we want to know, what would you like to see? You are the ones who are watching us now. What would you like to see? Terry asked, will you still be doing lives on YouTube? Yes, of course. Our lives are not going to stop. Our lives are one of our biggest ways of reaching out to you, of communicating with you. We're not going to stop the lives. And I think on YouTube, I'm not sure. Sometimes YouTube seems like the lives are in a separate category, in a separate list, and sometimes they're not. And maybe that's only on my end, because I'm in the kind of the makers portion of that, and maybe that's where it's divided. I can't remember, but we're going to try to have some different playlists that you can look up and check out, and kind of keep up with whatever topic that we do that you're liking. We want to make it a playlist so that you can keep up with that. So we will still be doing the lives, but we're going to be adding more and more pre-recorded content. We have done this before. This is not something new necessarily. We've done pre-recorded content with our teacher, Jen. We've done some tutorials with her, and I have some tutorials that I'm still holding and sitting on, and some kits that she's actually made that I'm sitting on until we can get those released. We've done some of our Around the Town series used to be pre-recorded instead of live. So we've done pre-recorded content before. It's not something new, but we really, we want to make sure we're trying to reach more people. We're trying to expand what we can do. We keep saying that 1,000 subscribers that we keep talking about, that's a big moment, because 1,000 subscribers is where YouTube allows you to monetize. You are allowed to make money on ads that they present once you reach 1,000 subscribers. And, no one necessarily likes watching ads, but from our end, if you watch ads on our videos, once we reach that point, we will get income from that. And that's income that is just passive. All it takes is you watching an ad, and we're able to make money on that. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to purchase from us. All you have to do is watch our videos and just watch the ads that pop up when the videos are happening. So, that can be a really big thing for a business, especially if this kind of thing takes off. So that's why we're trying to push so hard to get to 1,000, and we're inching our way there. And with your support and your sharing, we're making it more and more. But we're not there yet. And I think we've been talking about it, and I think the only way we're going to really get there is if we start adding more pre-recorded content, because I think that's what YouTube likes the most. because, you know, whenever I look, a lot of times when I'm looking through my feed, of course, Allegory Gallery pops up as something I might be interested in. Um, and a lot of times it's our pre-recorded stuff. So that's why we're working on that. And we also think, you know, putting things out there, little tutorials and little how do I do this kind of videos will be really good for those of you, especially like I said, who are starting out. We want to start with beginner series type things. And of course, you know, we can't help but dip our toes into more advanced stuff too. So you'll still be getting that from us as well. Let's see here. Terry says, I am concerned about groups and pages vaporizing on Facebook spontaneously. I'm concerned about that too. Facebook has not necessarily been kind to some small businesses lately. Andrew was hit. Jill McKay in the Great Beat Extravaganza was also hit with a penalty. I think Jill is out for 80 some days. She's not allowed to go live. So I believe Nile is going to help her go live in the Great Beat Extravaganza this weekend. It's been a really hard thing. And Jill got penalized for something she said 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and it popped up, I guess, maybe on a memory, or Facebook kind of went through the Facebook memory algorithm or something, and they knocked her out for that. So it's not even something she said recently. So it's been really hard. And with all of that, yeah, we're worried. We're worried. And that's why we want you on another place. We want you to see us on another platform. We want to put effort into another platform as well. We've put a lot of effort into Facebook. More than any other place, Facebook has been the place where we've always reached out to you. We've always done business there, and we're concerned. And so that's why we're trying to move you over to YouTube as well. You know, if not, you don't have to watch all the time. You don't have to, you know, watch only on YouTube. We'll still be on Facebook as long as we can be, but we do not want to risk, as Terry said, pages and groups vaporizing. And you never know when Facebook's going to, you know, bring down the hammer, and it's going to go away, or we're going to lose the ability to broadcast to you. So we need to have you somewhere else. And we feel that YouTube is the next place for us to really put a lot of effort into. So don't be sad if you're on Facebook. We don't plan on leaving Facebook, but we do plan on adding a lot more content to YouTube in the coming months. It's not going to happen all at once, especially with all the plans that we have. We have the Great Beat Extravaganza we have to go through. We have our pewter line that we're going to be working through and dealing with. But in the meantime, we're going to try and do some videos for YouTube and work on some things. So definitely put in the comments here what you'd like to see from us there. This is your chance to, you know, to kind of flat out say what kind of content you want to see from us. And you know, it's our chance to work with you to put out the kind of content you want to see. Starting from, this is kind of, we're starting from a fresh beginning here, and for this channel, and we want to see, you know, what you want. So let us know. Take the opportunity. Let us know. Susan says, I myself need a project that I can follow along making. This is all very new to me, and I'm not a creative person. I always need a pattern to follow. That's important, right? I have ideas in my mind of things I would like to see on the channel. Andrew has ideas in his mind that he would like to see. We're still kind of, you know, between the two of us figuring out what it's going to be. But I envision a lot of beginner tutorial series where we just show you simple things that beginners, you know, if you're more advanced in the intermediate stage, or even just a kind of an advanced beginner, you may already know. But to dip your toes in the jewelry making world sometimes it's hard, and it can look, you know, it can look like it's overwhelming. And we want to cut through that and kind of give people the power to really express themselves, and the power to jump in and know that we've got you. You know, we're going to be there to help you along the way. And we do that in store for classes, but we want to really find a way to do it virtually. And I think our YouTube platform is where that's going to be. Brooke says, I've started letting most ads play on any videos I watch. After you said that helps the creator. However, there are ads that are 20 to 40 minutes long, which is ridiculous. I know. They put on some ads that, you know, they're longer than the actual video you're watching. So those are ones that I too bypass. Unless I have unless I'm heating up dinner or something like that, and then I let the ad play while I go and do that. But yeah, it does. Once you're monetized, once this happens for us, you're not going to hear us talk about this anymore at all because we're not allowed. Once you are making money on YouTube, you can't really tell people to watch the ads. You're not supposed to do that, right? Because it skews things. So we're trying to tell you this now. We're getting it out there as much as we can now before that happens. Because if we get monetized, which, we get to 1,000 subscribers, there's still no guarantee that they will allow it. So, we're pushing hard for this and we're hoping for the best. But YouTube could just say, nope, we're not doing it for you yet. And that's that. There's not much you can do, but we're hoping that it works out. And we're hoping that if we show that we're doing more, recorded videos and we're trying to get them out, at least, once a week or once every 2 weeks or in a steady release rate, hopefully they will let us do this. And it does. It helps the creators. It helps them. And even if you're a part of YouTube Premium, where they skip ads, YouTube Premium doesn't have ads, there's still supposed to be a way that every premium membership pays a little bit of money, I believe, to each maker. I don't know how all that works, but from what I've read and what I've watched, it seems like that the premium subscription still pushes some money toward the videos that you watch. So that's thank you, Brooke. Thank you for doing that for other creators. And we hope that hopefully once we get monetized, we'll be able to you'll be able to watch our ads too, whatever they are. I don't know. Hopefully they're good ads at least. Terry says, I would love a from day one needed tools, simple projects that can evolve into a larger project with a few additional steps would be amazing. That's where my mind is going right now. I too want to do a from day one. I've been thinking about a lot of different things that, I'm not necessarily a maker. I help people make, I help people pick out things, I help people create patterns and things like that. But I don't do a lot of making myself. So there are still things that I look at myself and saying, okay, I don't do this. I don't really wire wrap. What would I want to know if I've never done this before? What tools do I need? What kind of, what's the difference between dead soft and hard and, all those different kind of wires? What does that mean? What is that? If you've never put a necklace together, how do you work a crimping plier? How does that work? What is that? Do you just smash them flat? No, you don't. So those are the kind of things that we really want to work on. We do want to work on, as Terry said, from day one, a kind of beginner series. That's where my mind is. That doesn't mean that's where Andrew's mind is. But these are some of the things that I'm hoping to get on there and work out. Susan says 80 days is ridiculous. Yeah, it's like 86 days or 87 days, something like that. For something she said 2 years ago. Like, so much for people being able to change, right? And I think hers, I can't even remember what it was. But yeah, something from 2 years ago. And now on her business pages, she can't go live. And they did this, of course, right before the Great Beat Extravaganza weekend. So she has no chance of going live for the Great Beat Extravaganza. So I tried to work with her. We were going to add me as an admin to her page so she could stream through we use StreamYard here. We were going to give her the ability to use StreamYard, our account, to stream her stuff. But they won't even let her add a new admin to her page. So they're savvy to that. So she can't even add an admin. If she needed to add an admin to her page right now, she couldn't do it. And by the way, small business basics that I've talked about, and I have a small business basics video here on YouTube. But if you create a business page, if you can at all, if you have a friend who you trust, has to be somebody you trust immensely. But if you can, add a second admin to your business page on Facebook. If you are the only admin and your personal account is flagged, Jill's personal account was flagged, you lose some of the benefits to your business page. Now, if you have another admin who has not been flagged, that's how Andrew and I could still stream while Andrew was flagged. Because I am also an admin on all the pages. I can sign in through other accounts like StreamYard, and we can use that. And I was able to still stream. But if you don't, you can't change a lot of things on your business page. You can't add an admin later if you need to. And if you lose track of your account, or if your personal Facebook page is completely taken down, which has happened to some people we know, their personal Facebook page has been reported by people, or, there's a lot of bad stuff going on. But if you get taken off Facebook, so does your business, and there's no way to get it back. So if you have a second admin, that business page remains available under the name of the second admin, who can then add you back if you create a new personal Facebook page. So if you've not watched my video on business basics, it's posted here on YouTube. You can watch that. I think it's about an hour or 2 hours long. It's pretty long. But if you are starting a business, there's a lot of kind of social media basics that we talk about in that video. And that's one of them. And it's very important. I wish Jill would have had another admin so that they could have helped her out. And so we saw the benefit of it when Andrew was penalized through Facebook. And I do hope that if you have a business page on Facebook, you have a second admin. It has to be a top tier admin, the same as you, not like they have I think they have creators, and they have, various levels of things, of people who can post on your page or monitor your page. You need a second admin. So if your husband or wife has a Facebook account, throw them on there just in case, even if they're not part of the business. If you have a really good friend that you trust, put them on the page. Now, just remember, a second admin can boot you from your own page. So it has to be somebody you trust, because they can knock you off the page and they can take it over. So you definitely want to make sure it's somebody you trust, but you definitely want one if you can. Terry says, Jill wouldn't hurt a fly. So sad this happened to her. It is. It's a very sad thing. As Sandra said, most important, sign up for the newsletter. Newsletters are the only thing, and I'm going to repeat that. Newsletters, email newsletters, are the only thing that businesses own. They do not own their Facebook page. They do not own their Facebook group. They do not own their Instagram account. They do not own their YouTube account. They do not own their Twitter account. No business actually owns those pages. That is all up to the parent company, whether they allow you to continue using that space or not, right? So the only thing as a business that Andrew and I have is our email list. If all of that's taken away from us, the only way we can come back and reach out to you is say, hey, here we are. We lost everything. Join us here at this new place. Or we're going to be doing emails for a while from now on. That's the only way a business can reach out to you. It's the only thing that they actually own. We own your email address when you give it to us, right? When you allow us to have that, it's ours. And we can take that anywhere we want, and we can try to find you that way. And so we hope that you will sign up for our email list. Like I said, you go to allegorygallery.com. I'm going to throw that back up here. Just go to the bottom of any page at allegorygallery.com, and you'll see the place to plug in your email in the bottom right, and put your email in there and let us have that. And then check your email. Make sure you add info@allegorygallery.com. That's our email address. Make sure you add that to your list of safe senders, or just add it to your contact list. When your computer knows, or your Gmail account knows, that this email here is in your contacts, it's much less likely to throw it in the spam folder, right? If you don't add this email, it doesn't know that we're not spam, and it might throw us in the spam folder. So we send an email out fairly often. I've been bad lately. I did send one out today though. So if you've joined the email list and you didn't get an email from us, check your spam folder. Because I sent out an email this morning or this afternoon talking about how our takeover day is tomorrow. So check for that if you are on the email list. If not, try to make sure you are signed up by putting your email in at the bottom of our website, and check your spam, and put this, hopefully that'll help, put this in your contact list or your address book with whatever email provider you're using. If you use Gmail, go into Gmail and put that in your address book, for example. Let's see here. Susan says, from what I understand with Facebook, it's all done by a bot. Very scary and disconcerting. Yeah. And those bots, like I said, Facebook brings up memories. They say on this day, 10 years ago, this happened, or on this day, 2 years ago, this happened. And very possibly all of those memories are being read through by bots who are now penalizing people for saying things years ago. I've known people who have been put in Facebook jail for things they said like 5 years ago. It was a 5 year ago post. Um, and Facebook decided to put them in Facebook jail. So sometimes it's for 30 days. Like with Jill, it seems like it's 80 some days, which that's a lot, everyone. That's almost a fourth of the year. That's almost 3 months that she won't be able to go live on her own. So Jill is also going to YouTube, so you can find her there as well. And if you go to thegreatbeatextravaganza.com and you go to the presenters tab, you can look at every single presenter in the Great Beat Extravaganza and find all their social media under their presenter page. I made sure that we tried to get all those, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, all those, anything they wanted to list is listed on their page that I built. So definitely check that out too. Let's see here. William, will YouTube allow loudmouth subscribers to tell others to watch the ads? Me, I'm a loudmouth. I don't know, honestly. If a lot of people in the comment section would start saying, watch these ads, I don't know what they do. I don't know. I don't know if they come down on the creator because of that. I don't know how that works, honestly. We're not monetized. So we've not been given all the, that you can do this, you can't do this, you can do this, the do's and don'ts. I just know this from watching other people who have been monetized, who've pretty much said, yeah, we can't talk about that. We can't, it's not that they can't talk, I think, because a lot of people share how much they've made through ads, but they can't outright tell you to watch ads, right? They can't come out and say, hey, please watch these ads, because they give us money. But they're allowed to apparently talk about how much money they've made on ads, because there's a whole genre out there on YouTube about how much you can make off YouTube ads, right? So there are some do's and don'ts that we don't know because we're not in that category yet. But I do know that telling people outright on YouTube to watch our ads is a big no-no from what I've gathered. Sandra says, I don't have another admin on my Facebook page. I should do that. I would highly recommend it. Like I said, it has to be somebody you trust 100%, because they can take your page away. They can kick you off your own page. It can happen. So you definitely want to make sure it's somebody you trust 100%. And they don't even have to do anything on the page. They can turn off notifications. It just has to be another person that if you lose your personal Facebook account, or you get put in jail, you need to start a new account for some reason, they can add that new account as an admin. You need somebody else, because as we found out with Jill, once you are penalized, you can't actually add another person to your Facebook account or Facebook page as an admin. So that's hard. That's hard. So I would, if you can, I would do that. If you can't, there's only so much you can do, right? Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. There's only so much you can do, but if you have somebody that you trust, add them. Even if, like I said, if they're hardly ever on Facebook, that can be even better. It's just, it has to be somebody that can add you back in if you ever lose your account. Or, like I said, we have 8,000, almost close to 8,000 followers or something on Facebook. We have fewer likes, but I don't know whether Facebook actually likes better or followers better nowadays. But if I were the only admin, or here we go, if Andrew was the only admin a few weeks ago when he was taken out for 30 some days, we couldn't have gone live on that account. We just couldn't have. There would have been no way. So luckily I was an admin and we could. But if Andrew's personal Facebook page had been deleted, if Facebook said you can't have an account, you were so bad you can't have an account here anymore. It's happened. I've seen it with a number of people. That Facebook business page follows that one admin account because it's the only creator of that page. It's the only admin of that page. So if your personal account gets deleted, so does your business. So if Andrew were the only one and he would have gotten deleted entirely, which he wasn't, but if he would have, we would have lost track of all 8,000 people. And then we would have had to try to rebuild that from scratch by begging you all, like we are for for YouTube, but begging you all to like our Facebook page again. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to have to do that, right? And neither do you. Susan says, I follow a lot of makeup artists. Their total income relies on Facebook. I've seen them shut down for 90 days. Sometimes their ads are turned off also. Yeah, they can turn off your ads. They can turn off any money-making things that you have going on. You're at their whim. So that's why the email list is really, really important. And that's also why having multiple networks is very important. Like I said, we relied a lot on Facebook, and I think that was a plus for a while, but we don't want it to turn into a negative, right? So that's why we're asking you, please make the jump over to also watching us on YouTube. Terry says ads monetize the feeds. It can be important income for a small business. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I normally wouldn't be somebody that tells you to watch ads, but once we get monetized, I'm hoping that you will, because every time you watch it, we get a little bit of money. And if a lot of people watch them, we get a lot more money. And if we get that money from just putting out a pre-recorded video and enough people watch it, that brings an income that could go on for years. There are YouTube creators that have, you know, videos out there for years that they make money off of maybe a video they made 6 years ago or 7 years ago. You can do that, and that can, every little bit helps us as makers do more. And so, you know, there's so much we want to do, and that extra income, you know, I don't want to say for doing nothing, but we made the video in the first place. But not having to constantly like push against the wall. Like sometimes we feel like, you know, okay, we did an idea and it made us some money, right? And we got to there, and then we had another idea and we pushed a little harder and we got to there, and we had a great idea and we pushed harder and we got to there. But after every one of those things are done, so is the income, right? If we make a great kit and we move that over even further, once that kit runs out, that's it, right? We don't make any more money off that idea. So we got to come up with another idea. And Allegory Gallery for a long time has functioned like this. It has functioned in a way that it relies on us to create new ideas constantly to bring in income, right? And that's why we're very excited about this pewter line, because that is something that once we get out into the world and once we kind of formulate that plan and that idea, it's going to allow us to kind of, I don't want to sit back and do nothing. We still have to promote it. We still have to manufacture it and make sure it's all okay and get it shipped out and all over wherever it's going. But it is something that's going to allow us to continue to make money off of that first, you know, investment that we make. Once we make the investment on acquiring it and getting it set up and getting everything logistically done, it's hopefully will be free flowing at that point, and will kind of be an added income line in addition to the retail revenue from the store. And that's the same thing with these YouTube videos. We're hoping that once we get monetized, people will start watching them, and it'll just be an income revenue that we get for making those videos. And that will help us do more things, whether we add more to the pewter line, or we increase our budget for, you know, either advertising, or we increase our budget for better camera systems or better videos and backdrops. And, you know, a video kind of setup, to have a video tutorial or to do videos, the area you're set up in is very important. And we're going to be kind of bare bones at the beginning. We're going to do what we can with as much as we have, but you know, if we can create those videos and those videos start creating income, we can increase what we can do, and we can have better cameras, and we can have better lighting, and we can get better angles and better shots of things for you. And, you know, invest time where we're not spinning our wheels trying to figure out a new idea, instead of, because that's draining, right? For those of you who have your own business, trying to create a new thing all the time, it wears you out, right? So instead of doing that, we can create more videos. And instead of kind of constantly trying to make a little money to press things along, we can spend some of that brain energy creating more videos for all of you, and more, tutorials and how-tos and all that kind of stuff that we're really excited about. So yes, as Terry said, thank you for saying that. It can be a very important income for a small business. Kathleen says, thank you for this. I just added an admin. Good. I'm glad. And like I said, on our YouTube channel here, if you're watching, I see Kathleen, you're on Facebook, but if you go to youtube.com/allegory gallery, you can watch the entire video of our small business basics, I think we called it. I don't have it up here, but I did, like I said, it's about an hour to 2 hours long. And let me see, I'm just going to find the name of it for you right now, because I want to tell you which one it is. And I think it's actually, oops, no. It's going to start making noise. Let me turn off my sound. Sorry about this, but I want to make sure you have that, because okay, so if you go to youtube.com/allegory gallery, you have to go into the Great Bead Extravaganza presentations playlist, because we actually did that for the Great Bead Extravaganza, and go into, I think it's the third video down, Social Media Bootcamp for Small Business. And like I said, it's an hour and 51 minutes, almost 52, an hour and 52 minutes, but it gives you pretty much all the knowledge I have that when I do a consult with somebody, I try to make sure I go through with them. And adding a second admin, that's in there. That's one of the pieces from that. So I highly recommend going in there and checking that out if you haven't. Fran says, oh dang, I hope they don't do that to me. I've been in Facebook jail. It stinks. Yeah, Fran, you can't go live. If you have a business page, you can't go live on it. You're limited in certain things that you can do on it. And if they would just totally take your personal page away, like wipe it from the system, which has happened to some people we know, people right here in our town even who have businesses, your business page goes with it unless you have another admin that can hold on to it. Brooke says, I didn't know that the offensive post was on Jill's personal page. I have a dormant business page I'll be reviving. I better check my personal page for questionable posts and add my sister. Yeah, I believe Jill's was on her personal. I'm 90% sure that that's where it came from. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was about a personal thing. And yeah, and actually Andrew's was too. I can guarantee that. Andrew was commenting as Andrew in the Great Beat Extravaganza to a friend. He made a comment, which is something about, I think he said something about, I'll cut him for you or something, which is it's a joke. And it's an inside joke with the friend he was talking to. And they saw that comment, and for 30 some days, he was cut off from going live on our business page. So they do. If you get knocked on your personal page, they will take away your ability to use some of the abilities you can do on your business page. Sandra says, most people know to watch the ads and that they are monetized. Most people know that, but I know the number of people who just hit skip ad. And I'm guilty of it sometimes. When there are people that are new to me, sometimes I skip them, and that's bad probably. But my favorite YouTube people and the people I really follow and subscribe to, I generally try to watch the ads as much as I can. But a lot of people don't realize that a lot of YouTube income comes from the ads. You would think people would know, but they don't. They don't always know. And here's the trick, though. We have some ads that are showing up in our pre-recorded videos, and we're not monetized yet. So if you're not monetized yet, you don't get anything from those ads. So there are ads I know because I watched our videos at one point, and as not me, as not an owner of the business page or the business account on YouTube, and ads came up, and I know I'm not making any money off those. So that's another thing too, is they'll put ads even though you aren't monetized, so you don't get anything from it. Let's see here. Susan says, I've noticed many of the groups I follow are making the move to YouTube. It's important to remember on Facebook, we are the product. Yes, yes. We are just a product of Facebook. Everybody who uses it is Facebook's product, right? Um, it's a great place. Don't get me wrong. I like Facebook a lot. It has done a lot for us, and I like a lot of it. There is, for as much as we always complain about it, right? It has connected us in a lot of different ways. It has allowed people to have small businesses very easily and to make money doing it. But you do have to remember that at any point, it's their platform, not ours, right? And that goes the same for YouTube, right? The only reason a lot of people I think are making the move to YouTube is because it's another place, right? It's another place. It's another wildly populated place and another place where people watch a lot. You know, we can move to Twitter, but we have like 3 followers on Twitter. Like it's, I'm exaggerating a little. We have a little more than that, but Twitter's not the place where we're going to get a lot of the business, right? So YouTube is a place where we could possibly do that. Facebook is a place where we have been doing that. You know, we've gone a little bit on TikTok recently. I'm trying to get that going. I don't imagine that being a huge thing for us, but it's a place to see us. Instagram is kind of the same way. We don't have a ton of followers on Instagram. It doesn't really do a lot for us, but it's owned by Facebook too. So if you are penalized on Facebook, we found out through Andrew that they also put your Instagram feed lower in the feed. And Andrew is getting, you know, normally when Andrew would get 1,000 or so views on a reel on Instagram, he was getting like 1, and that was me. And I purposefully went in to look at it. So they do that too. If you're penalized on Facebook, don't think that your Instagram isn't also going to be penalized, because it will, very possibly. Suzanne says, when I started making jewelry, I was overwhelmed by the variety of gemstones. Yeah, a gemstone tutorial and things talking about gemstones, just like things talking about what tools to use, things like that. That's something that we would love to do, and maybe kind of break some stuff down that way. Excuse me. Oh, don't mean to yawn, but I'm a little bit worn out. I've just had, and I don't drink caffeine, so this is my little tiny decaf coffee. It at least has a little bit of caffeine in it, right? Let's see here. Saunders says, just added an admin. Thanks for the push. Good, good, good. Suzanne says it was a political meme she shared, she said. So there it is. That's what it was for Jill, a political meme. And 2 years ago, and got penalized for it now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Susan says, which many of us were doing 2 years ago, right? And still do. Yeah, we share political memes. We share memes all the time. And we still do it. So it's insane to think that something that we did 2 years ago is going to come back to haunt us now in our business, right? Especially those of you who have businesses. It can. It can go 5 years ago. I have somebody I know who 5 years post, a memory from 5 years ago popped up, and then they were penalized for it. So it can happen. Okay, let's see. I'm looking at my list. We talked about the TGBE. We talked about the pewter line. We asked you what you would like to see us do. And if you missed that, let us know. We're starting a YouTube. We're starting our YouTube channel. Like kind of, we're brainstorming. We're kind of past brainstorming. Kind of. We're getting into the finalization of what we want it to be. So we want your input. What would you like to see on our YouTube channel? If you could see anything from us, what would you want to see? That's kind of what we want to know. So please put it in the comments. Oh, in-store classes. We have talked with Jen. Actually, Jen came back to us. We wanted to give her time to do, you know, all of her, what she needed to do. As many of you know, Jen's son was hit in an automobile accident in December. And she has, of course, been taking care of him and working through. He seems to be doing very well considering everything that happened. And she contacted us and said that she would be, she wants to come back and teach some classes again for us, possibly starting in May. late April, early May. So our in-store classes, we plan to have those coming back with Jen hosting those. And hopefully we also have some ideas for some other teachers coming in. So we may do some other kinds of classes. We haven't done a lot of paid for classes in a while. And what I mean by that is our general weekly classes that Jen often teaches, there's no charge. There's no charge for the instruction. We only charge you for whatever you pick out to use. We don't have particular projects. We take you through the store. We help you pick out the things that you like that day and that you want to work with. And then Jen helps you put them all together. And so you only pay for whatever you pick out. Now, of course, we would love to do more kind of seed beading classes where there is a project to make. We'd love to do more in-store programming like that. And we have some teachers in mind that we want to talk to. We're throwing out some kind of, seeing what we catch and if anything happens. But we're working on that. But I do know, I've talked with Jen, and she is planning hopefully the start of May. We're going to have some in-store, the free weekly classes come back. Probably back on Wednesdays again, but we have to see what Jen's schedule is and whether we change that or not. So that is exciting. I'm super excited. One, that means that Jen and her family are doing well enough that she feels she can, do that, and that she wants to kind of get out of the house again and do some things with some of the community again. And so we're glad for that things are going well. And also that we're able to offer that again, because I think they were very rewarding for people. And I'm excited to see people back in for classes again. So that's that. Also, I wanted to mention that we have added some new items to the online store today. It's not a lot. I'm just looking at my other screen. I have multiple screens here today. Our wax cotton cord. We've added some wax cotton cord to the online store. We added some sea glass drop pendants, some vintage plastic, some mother of pearl beads, some belt end caps. So we just added those things on the online store. If you want to see those, you can go to the shop tab at the top of the website and go to the latest editions collection, and you'll see those. I don't have them here to show you today because I didn't grab them today, but I wanted to let you know that there are new things in the online store. We continue to add new things almost every single day. So we hope that you will check that out. I also wanted to thank you all very quickly and very sincerely for all the orders that you've been putting in over the last few days. Really over the last week or two that we've been asking. We've been talking about this pewter line, that we need to make up a down payment for this. We need to make up money to pay for it. And we're super excited. And with your help, we're getting very close to all that coming together. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you who have been putting in your orders. As I said, pretty much every order that we get is going toward that and going to make that purchase happen. It's not a small endeavor. I will say that again, it is not a small endeavor, but we are excited about it, and we think that it's something that is worth putting our investment in. And so for all of you who are also investing in us in that way by purchasing from us, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. And for all of you who are unable to purchase from us at the moment due to whatever circumstance, we understand, and we thank you for hitting that share button. That's one of the biggest ways that you can help us. For subscribing to our YouTube channel right now, that's another great way to help us. Let me see here. Oh, and I will say that our shipping helper has been taking some time off. So if you have made an order recently and there is a little bit delay in shipping, that's why. We're working through things as we can, but we don't have that extra boost of energy and extra person power to help us get those out. So we are working through things, but they will happen a little slower for the next week or so. Until our helper comes back and helps us whenever they can do that. Let's see here. Susan says, putting on my thinking cap regarding suggestions. Nice. Oh, maybe a basic color theory class tailored to jewelry making, a tutorial regarding different materials such as pearls, gemstones, and metals. Good idea. Good idea, I think. Thank you for putting that there. Thank you for letting us know the kind of things you'd like to see. And even if they're not basics, even if they're things that are more advanced that you would like to see, let us know. It doesn't have to be beginner basics. That's just, I think, where we're going to start. But we're going to be looking for suggestions and ideas. And, like I said, we want this to be something that you're going to watch, right? And the only way you're going to watch it is if it's interesting to you and if it's things you want to know. So it's very good to know these things. It's very good to leave your opinion there. It really helps us. It really helps us a lot. Susan says, I'm super stoked about my polar bear. Yes, it's really nice. It's really nice. Susan picked up one of our carved items, carved bone, carved horn. I think that might have been a carved walrus tusk, I think. I can't remember. But thank you. Thank you for picking that up. I did a little display of them. I think I did a little reel or a little story on them the other day. At least I started. I don't know if I actually published it. Who knows? We do a lot. And sometimes I don't remember if I get things done yet or not, or if they're just sitting in my photo album waiting to have things happen to them. So yeah, anything else? Do any of y'all have, let me look at my notes. I think I've gotten through everything I was going to talk about. Everything I was going to talk about. I think so. Yeah, so the TGBE takeover tomorrow. You're going to get at least a store tour from me in the morning. And I don't know what time. I'm going to shoot for 9 a.m., but that may change. It depends how late we're up. I'm not an early person, but I do have to squeeze this in before I go to my other job. So it's going to have to be a little bit earlier than even I would like it to be probably. But we're going to do a store tour, and then we're going to do in the evening a Star Cottage studio tour showing you all the new things that we've added and things that we've improved and worked on here at Star Cottage Studio. And so we hope you're excited about that. We're hoping to debut some new kits. We're going to have some giveaways. We're going to have, we have some ideas. We have some ideas. And we're going to put out a schedule, hopefully tonight. I don't know what time tonight, but we'll put out a schedule of things that we're going to do for the takeover day. So be sure to stay tuned to the Great Beat Extravaganza Facebook group. I think I have that. Where do I have that? Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have it. Anyway, you can search the Great Beat Extravaganza on Facebook and join that group if you've not already, and make sure you like and follow the page for the Great Beat Extravaganza as well. We have both a page and a group now. Most of you are already in the group, but make sure you also like and follow the page. And that's it, I think. Unless you all have any questions, more for this Let's Chat. Normally these Let's Chat, I like to go on a little bit more of a tangent, right? They're just about anything, but this one is kind of all about the business. But that's okay sometimes, right? At least you know what's going on with us, and you kind of have an idea of what to expect. Oh, here, Andrew's popping in. Andrew must have just finished his meeting. He was in a meeting at the same time I've been here. He says, we've been working like crazy to get everything ready for the tours. Yeah, we got to try and clean up and spruce up the place, right? And keep everything, make everything look nice. That's the goal. Even though it's not all nice, right? There's still construction happening and we're still working on things. So it's not all perfect. Andrew says, my meeting just finished. So yeah. We're excited. We're going to do some tours. We're going to do probably some other lives throughout the day and the evening. I know I'm going to be at my other job for a part of the day, but Andrew will be doing things where we'll have things posting. We'll have giveaways, like I said. We might have, I don't know what we're going to do. We might do little discounts that are like, like during this hour, this is discounted. We don't know yet. We don't know what all is going to happen. But we're going to put out that calendar or that schedule tonight, and once we finish figuring everything out, we're gonna let you know, so that if you want to get in on one of the giveaways or something, you'll know what time they're happening. Or if you want to watch the store tour or the Star Cottage Studio tour, hopefully you want to watch them all, you can do that as well. But like I said, we take over the Great Beat Extravaganza group tomorrow. No other businesses are going to be posting unless they're posting about us and things we're doing or things they want to talk about us, but it all is our day. It feels a little bit weird to just have a day about you, right? In a group of 10,000 or 11,000 some people, but that's what it is. So I hope you'll tune in, and we're very excited to bring you some new cool stuff, hopefully. Like I said, we're planning on some maybe new kits and stuff being debuted. So yeah, that's it, I think. I think that's it. I think that's all I've got. I've been talking for almost an hour and a half, so I should have gotten through most things. So, yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. We try and get to them when we can, or send us an email. That's the best way. These days, we used to ask for Facebook messages and all that. Really, the best way, honestly, to get us is an email these days. With Facebook being as it is, sometimes we don't see things. And always, no matter what, if you're sending a message on Facebook, please send it to the business. Don't send it to personal me, personal Andrew, because those we don't always check. And most of the time they get thrown into a folder of things that I don't even know how to find that folder sometimes, unless they pop up and say, here's somebody who's trying to get in touch with you, which I got today that was from a few days ago and was not, they wanted an answer a few days ago. So don't hit us up personally. Always, always message the business, or like I said, the best way, info@allegorygallery.com. Andrew says, I thought about doing tours of Touchstone and contemporary craft, but it's going to be too late to do them. Yeah, that's a lot of driving around. That's a lot of driving around. I did not tell him about our new table. I did not. We got a new table. That's one of the things we picked up yesterday. Andrew's working on a new table, which is a very sturdy, exceptionally heavy table. So that's something we're going to be working on apparently tonight too. We got a lot to do. So I'm going to let you all go, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I do hope, or morning, wherever it is in your part of the world, but I do hope you tune in tomorrow. And remember, it could happen anytime after midnight tonight, because that's technically tomorrow, right? So thank you all so very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next on the Great Beat Extravaganza group. All right. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and we'll see you a lot tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody.